fighters have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Good counter punch. Catch and shoot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Well done with that counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The bell for round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch, counter punch. That uppercut doesn't land. Insane action. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Can't land that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Straight right just misses. They exchange punches. Nice counter. And there's the bell to start round three. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Beautiful counter punch. Positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Jab slightly off target. Perfect counter shot. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At it in round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Stamina is off the charts. He threw a punch and just got countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power.
Oh my God, Johnny! The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. There's the bell to start round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Swing and a miss with the hook. Which fighter will say no mas? A perfect counter lands. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Jab does not score. Just missed with that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. the 6th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punching. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Stamina is off the charts. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Round 7, here we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Beautiful counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Swing and a miss for that jab. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace, get the pace back to normal.
A lot of effort being exerted here. There's the bell to start round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
shot. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter shot. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes?
Gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
That counter punch caught him clean. Power is... Whoa, wait a minute! Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back it. Oh, wait a minute. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. That jab misses. Only catching air with that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And here comes the 10th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That counter shot lands. How about that time counter shot? We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood card. That's what he's got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's start 11. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Miss with that jab. Nice counter punch. Nice defense with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Fighters certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And there's the bell to start round 12. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship.
Oh my God, Johnny! Is this the beginning of the end? The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Misses with that uppercut. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. The counter lands. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
going deep into the gas tank on this round. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at cuts pretty bad. Let's see if the referee stops the fight. This fight will continue. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Jab misses. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. They ring the bell, and here we go. What a round we just saw. Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
What a round. I'm exhausted. They must be absolutely shattered. What could you tell a man when he comes back to the corner? You need the instructions to be simple, precise. Don't befuddle them because they're just shattered.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
His stamina is off the charts. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The perfect counter lands. Nice counter shot. They both want the knockout. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. So here we are, the final round of the fight. They just gave us a great round. Let's see if they can do it again.
What a round. What have they got left? How can you get better than that? That is ridiculous. That's stuff you see on video games.
The jab doesn't quite connect. A perfect counter shot. Good counter punching. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Good looking hook, but it was blocked. Junior, believe it or not. Down goes Jones. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.